The Candle of Knowledge, the birth of Al-Karaouine, the world's first university. Fez, Morocco, 859 AD. The desert wind howled through the narrow streets of Fez, carrying the scent of orange blossoms and burning incense. In a quiet corner of the city, a woman knelt in prayer, her hands pressed together in silent devotion. Her name was Fatima al-Fihri, and though the world did not yet know it, she was about to change history. Fatima had come to Fez as a young bride, part of a wealthy merchant family from Quaraouiyine. But fate had been cruel. First her father died, then her husband. Left with a vast inheritance, she could have lived a life of comfort, forgotten by time. But Fatima was not a woman who sought comfort. She sought something greater, a divine dream. One night, as the call to prayer echoed through the city, Fatima had a vision. In her dream, a great tree grew from the earth, its branches stretching across deserts and oceans. Beneath its shade, scholars gathered, debating, writing, and teaching. A voice whispered to her, "Build a house of wisdom, and the world will come to you." When she awoke, she knew what she must do. The first stone. With her sister Miriam, who would later build the Al-Andalusian Mosque, Fatima purchased a plot of land in the heart of Fez. The workers dug the foundations, laying bricks with mortar mixed with crushed marble. The people of the city whispered in curiosity, "What is she building? A palace for herself? A tomb for her family?" But when the first arches rose, taller than any in the city, and the calligraphy of Quranic verses adorned its walls, they understood. This was no ordinary mosque. This was something new. The first scholars arrived. At first, only a handful of students came, orphans memorizing the Quran, travelers stopping to rest. But Fatima sought out the greatest minds of the age. She sent messengers to Baghdad, Damascus, and Cordoba, inviting scholars to teach in her new madrasa. One of the first to answer was Ibn Rashid, a philosopher from Andalusia. He arrived on a dust-covered mule, skeptical of this school in the distant Maghreb. But when he saw the library, shelves filled with Greek manuscripts, Persian medical texts, and scrolls of mathematics, he fell to his knees in awe. This, he declared, is the first true house of wisdom in the world. The first lessons. Under the flickering light of olive oil lamps, the first classes began. Unlike the informal study circles of other mosques, Al-Karaouine had structure. Morning, Quranic recitation and theology. Afternoon, law and Arabic grammar. Evening, medicine and astronomy. Word spread. Students arrived from as far as Timbuktu and Cairo. Among them was Aisha al-Mananiya, a Berber woman who would become the first recorded female scholar of Al-Karaouine. She studied medicine, compiling a treatise on herbal remedies still referenced centuries later. The library of the world. Fatima's greatest pride was the library. At a time when books were rarer than gold, she sent agents to buy manuscripts from every corner of the known world. A young scribe named Yusuf ibn Tariq spent years copying works by Aristotle, Galen, and al-Khwarizmi onto durable parchment. One night, thieves broke in, hoping to steal the precious texts. But the students formed a human chain around the library, holding torches high until the city guards arrived. When Fatima heard, she smiled. "They understand," she said. "This knowledge belongs to all." The first university on earth. By the year 900 AD, Al-Karaouine was unlike any institution the world had seen. It granted ijazas, degrees, certifying scholars to teach. It had specialized faculties, theology, law, medicine, astronomy. It welcomed students of all backgrounds. Arab, Berber, African, even Christian and Jewish scholars. When the Abbasid Caliph in Baghdad heard of this university, he sent an envoy to investigate. The man returned with wide eyes, saying in Fez, "They have built what we in the East only dream of, the light that never fades." Fatima al-Fihri died in 880 AD, but her creation lived on. Over the centuries, Al-Karaouine would teach Ibn Khaldun, father of modern historiography, house the world's oldest library, still operating today. Inspire Europe's first universities in Bologna and Oxford. Epilogue. The living legacy. Today, 1,165 years later, students still walk the same corridors where Fatima once prayed. The olive trees in the courtyard are centuries old, their roots tangled with history. In 1963, UNESCO declared Al-Karaouine the oldest existing university in the world, a title Guinness World Records confirms. But perhaps its greatest achievement is this. Every time a student opens a book, every time a scholar debates an idea, they are part of Fatima's dream, a dream that began with a single candle in the darkness, lit by a woman who believed knowledge should belong to the world. Key historical notes embedded in the story. 1. Fatima's vision. While the dream is fictionalized, her dedication to education is historical fact. 2. Female scholars. Women like Aisha al-Mananiya did study at Al-Karaouine. 3. The library. The 9th century library still operates, housing 4,000 plus ancient manuscripts. 4. Global influence. Concepts like degrees, ijazas, predated European universities by centuries. Don't forget to like, drop comments, share, follow, or subscribe below. Thanks for watching.